Yo, this is mostly an unscripted video. I would like to talk about my thoughts, likes and concerns about recent news regarding the Bazaar and in general the gameplay footage that we've seen through the Ages video, right? And also some things were inspired by Crip and his 40-minute video. First of all, maybe I should start with positives. I like the general polish and variety available in the game. I mean, the game looks amazing and all the animations are really cool, and the card pool available to the players seems thought out. I think that building your various combos and looking for synergies, it will be really fun. I mean, I expect so. I haven't played the game yet, right? One thing that I liked, a new change or a new approach, maybe it was Crip who said that, you are able to buy out a shop. In the famed Bazaar number 37, you had the option to buy only one item from a merchant, whereas now it turns out that you can buy every item presented to you in a shop. I think that in terms of skills, it's not the same. I think you can only buy one skill per Nufu visit. Starting options are actually pretty fun in my opinion. We've seen how duelist start works, or at least part of it, but apparently other classes or other heroes have similar starting positions, as they are offered a choice of 3 items out of a small starting item pool, and then you get a choice of an upgraded skill. It seems like your start should be contained to a small number of choices, even though it allows you for some skill expression and deciding which route you would like to go this time. Judging by what we've seen, it seems like it's alright, and I'm eager to try it. And lastly, from the positives, I mean, that doesn't mean that there are only those positives in the game. I'm just talking about specific things that may have been overlooked. The last thing from the positives that I would like to touch upon are level up rewards. Apparently, whenever you level up, so if you feel those, let's say, blue hexagons at the bottom of your portrait, that's your XP bar, you level up. And you are usually presented with 3 options. You choose one of them, right? And that can range from getting gold, leveling up your items, maybe some enchantments, or even random items can be in there. From what I've heard, it seems like a really robust system, and it is another, let's say, dimension of tweaking your character and making each run unique. Those are my likes. Those things really stood out to me as positive things. However, I have a couple of thoughts, so I would call them neutral. I wouldn't call them bad or positive, I'm just curious about them. Starting from the top, my first thought is increased skill slots. In the 2022, whenever the Bazaar number 37 came out, Reynard said that they were planning on having only 4 skill slots per character, since he didn't want to overwhelm, first of all, the player, and then second of all, the UI, to not have too many elements on it. Having 4 skill slots required you to be more particular about your choices. However, at this point, whenever we have infinite number of skills, I think that skills took a back seat a bit. You don't really worry about those skills at least I wouldn't worry about them that much at this point, since it doesn't really matter what skills you've got. I mean, we've seen this turtle skill in the video where Crip got 7,500 point shield in the middle of the battle, which resulted in his win. So I guess you can make builds based on one particular skill. However, I think that earlier skills were a thing that you paid attention to, and you were trying to take skills that complement your build as much as they can. And right now they are just small upgrades that are there, but you don't really care about them that much. I mean, I guess diamond skills are really powerful and you want to have as many of them, but I don't think that whenever you start a fight, you go through your opponent's skills and just you trying to figure out what kind of adjustments they provide. In terms of things that are impacting the game, I mean, I think that item juggling could be tedious at some point. From what I've gathered, it seems that you want items that provide you with permanent boosts, like let's say this pawn shop that we've seen grants you max HP. Of course, if I understand that card correctly, whenever you take it off your board, it stops giving you this max HP. But there are other cards that give you permanent stat boosts. Let's say they give you more damage on your items or more shielding. You are buffing your items and your hero during the day, and then on the last hour, whenever you are just before the PvP fight, you have to rearrange your whole board. You want to achieve maximum power, and I guess on one hand that's another dimension to the game that adds depth. However, I'm not sure how it will turn out in the end, right? If most of the game will actually take place in this chest screen and you'll just, playing Tetris instead of playing the Bazaar, I think that could impact the game, but that's why this point is also in the neutral section. We're still 2 more months before the official release of the game, so many things can still change. So I'm not trying to be negative here, I'm just looking for answers that I haven't really found. Probably those answers will come to me whenever I play the closed beta and can, try the game for myself. Another thing that I've noticed, apparently there's no pause at the start of the fight. And in the famed Bazaar number 37, Reynard said that we will have an opportunity to pause the battle, or the fight will start paused, and we'll be able to look through the items and skills of our opponent to judge our position, to judge our chances. I think that would be a learning experience, at least in the beginning, so maybe an option in the settings would be nice. Another minor thing that I would like to talk about, if you've looked at the summary screen at the end of the run, there are many different information displayed there. However, there is even experience displayed, how many points of experience you had at the point of winning your run, but there is no level there, like your actual level. Maybe that should be added or could be added. And the last thing, it seems like toys are RIP. Have you seen any toys recently? I haven't. However, we can see that there is a chest on the left and there's a gold cushion on the right. I'm going to call this space gold pile. I think toys were removed from the game and now we will have those two as our vehicles for skins. We can already see there is another skin for the chest, and regarding this gold pile zone, I think those will have skins as well. Like from the top of my head, I think that you could have, instead of this cushion, a safe or a small dragon that guards your gold. That would be cool. From the back end of things, I guess not having toys in your game is easier for the animators, since they don't have to make animations for each of the toys. I think it's easier to design and make a semi-static chest or a gold pile. I mean, I don't mind that change, although it's sort of sad that we won't have a chance to use the bubble cannon. Maybe the bubble cannon will exist in some other way. That's the thoughts section. Let's go for my concerns right now. There aren't that many. However, let's start with smaller things. Multicast and haste indicators on the cards overlap. If you have an item that has a multicast, so it's on the top of the item, and whenever you haste an item, there's also a timer that goes in the exact same spot. I think that maybe the positioning should be adjusted so they don't overlap each other. Additionally, as you have probably noticed, there is no stat box anymore. All of your stats are displayed on the health bar. Looking from the left, you have obviously health, but then you have shielding, then you have poison, then burn, then regeneration. That's a lot of numbers on your health bar. I have partial color blindness. I mean, I can discern what colors those numbers are, but I've watched Greg's video and he wasn't, so I would consider that. However, I understand that since the number of skills got increased, there is no good place to put a stat box in. I mean, I guess that's something that we'll need to get accustomed to, because I don't see really a situation where Statbox will return. However, I really like having a place on the screen where I could see all the improvements to my hero. The last thing, I think the most important one, is visual clutter. There are situations where fights are so intense and there are so many animations on top of each other that you can't even really see health bars properly. And since all the stats are on the health bars, you can't really follow the battle. How am I supposed to know who's winning if I can't see the most important thing on the screen, which are health bars? I'm not saying it looks bad per se, because all those animations are really high quality. However, in terms of being able to follow what is happening on the screen, I think the animations should be toned down a bit. Well, I'm not Reinhardt, I'm not working at Tempo, so I guess I have no say in those matters. I can only tell how I feel about it. The game will enter its closed beta soon. After that, we have like 1 month of closed beta, then 1 month of open beta, and then, only then, we arrive at the release. So there are 2 more months for Tempo to improve the game, and there is a chance that they will actually address the issues that I brought up here. Don't take this video as me being a whiny baby complaining about anything I can lay my eyes upon. Just wanted to voice my thoughts. So yeah, please let me know in the comments what are your opinions about the things that I've mentioned in this video. And that's basically it. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, if you will, and I'll see you soon. Bye!